you'll be able to ask any questions that you have throughout this whole process. So please be sure to go into the Q&A box. Now, we have our Po Arahi Tūhono, Dujong Cullingford, who is our tech guru who is helping us behind the scenes. So he'll be helping us out with questions and all things tech related. So there's Duj, yeah, he's got his little dance moves going on. Yeah, sure, Duj. Now, we are reserving the chat box for kōrero, comments, and whakaputanga. So please feel free throughout today to share some love in the chat as we go along and share what you're really enjoying about our kōrero today. Now, we also have Melody, our sign interpreter today. So she's joining us, and so we'll try to speak at a really nice pace today. And if I may ask, if you want to see Melody and her signing, please be sure to click on the 3 buttons at the top of her screen, and you can pin Melody there so that you can also see her. Yes, now for spiritual hauora and well-being, the maramataka is something that means a lot to us here within Hapori. And so if maramataka is a new word for you, what it means is it means the Māori moon calendar. And so today the moon phase is oho ata, which is te marama o rongo, he pai, a moon of planting and growth. It is a great time of planting new seeds relating to the garden, but also relating to new projects as well. So that's why we thought that oho ata would be the perfect moon for planting new seeds and sharing this kaupapa with you all. Now, accessibility means a lot to us. So throughout this hui, please be sure to let us know if you need any awhi, any digital assistance, and we'll try our best to support you. And we're also open to feedback along the road as well. So please feel free to share it with us either in the chat or via email afterwards. All right, tēnā koutou. Hope you understand the digital tikanga, and if any questions arise, feel free to drop it in the chat. All right, I'm going to hand over to Tanya Poynton to speak a little bit more. Kia ora.
No mai, hara mai. My voorouders is van die Nederlands en Suid-Afrika. Die maunga of berg wat met my hart praat is die Drakensberg. Die awa of rivier wat my bekommernisse verlig is die Amgani. Ek is in Durban groot geword. Ek woon nou in Aotearoa. My tūranga waiwai is Whaingaroa. Ko tangata te tiriti, aho. He Po Arahi Putia aho ki seed Waikato. Ko Tanya Poynton toko ingoa. Tēnā tātou katoa. I wanted to share that I have heritage from the Netherlands and South Africa, and the mountain that speaks to my heart is the Drakensberg, and the river that eases my worries is the Amgani. I grew up in Durban, but I live in Aotearoa, Hamilton now. But my sense of belonging and place of belonging is Whaingaroa. I'm proud tangata tiriti, and I am currently the Po Arahi Putia of Seed Waikato. I use she, her pronouns, and it's so exciting to be with you all today. Thank you, Jar, for opening the space for us so beautifully. You always create a beautiful sense of unity and togetherness for us. Thank you for also referring to the maramataka, because it truly is a special day today for us to plant seeds and to grow in new ways. So that's super exciting. Our guiding whakatoki at Seed Waikato is Poipoia Te Kākano Kia Puawai, which is nurture the seed and it will blossom. And I think it's such a good opportunity for us to see a dream blossom into reality today. Before we begin to share what we've begun creating, we thought it would be good to ka muri, look back and honour the whakapapa of how we've come to be in this moment today. My systems change haringa began when I started first learning about the chaos of systems change while co-designing and developing the systems, the driving change network. Learning how to go about transforming systems collectively was pretty tiring and very challenging. I was yearning to connect with people, others who understood what it took to create a movement, and how many others were out there feeling the same challenges and maybe looking for inspiration, a tip or a story. And then being part of Seed Waikato, I met incredible young people, rangatahi like Javea, who were feeling the same things, wanting to be a systems change maker and experiencing often times of disconnect and not knowing where to turn to feel part of a community. Then in 2023, early in that year, the SAS Collective released their Voices from the Frontlines, the Not White paper. And this was just an aha moment. And it gave some suggestions on ways in which we would enable systems change leadership, how we'd strengthen relationships and work together, and what was really needed to grow an awhi systems change makers across the motu. This was also when we were noticing and hearing as part of our Seeds for Change project, our What We Heard report. We heard very much similar things, the importance of connecting with other change makers, strengthening a community of practice, and learning and sharing together. And then after that, we had 2 different hui at different times last year. And yet again, there was this collective call to have more connection. Every time we went to a conference or a hui, it was like, how do we stay in touch? We start building connections and then somehow life happens and we lose those connections. So with support from J.R. Mackenzie and the Todd Foundation, we convened this incredible group of people to spearhead and explore what an online community platform could look like, what could be helpful, and how it would work. We had a dream. You want to change the slide, Douche? Awesome. A collective vision of honouring each other's lived experience and a reality of leaning into the expertise of those actually doing systems change mahi across the motu, even when they may not have been using that terminology. The birth has been Hapori, and I'd like to take this opportunity to deeply acknowledge Erica, Emma, China, Juliana, and Javea. You've truly made this space a showcase for what community-led co-design can look like. Your passion and commitment to this project has truly been inspirational. So I'll go ahead and hand over to the team for them to introduce themselves, and we'll crack on into it.
Kia ora, Tania. Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Juliana Carvalho toko ingoa, no Brasil a hou, I te taha o toko mama no Portugal and Italy, I te taha o toko papa no Italy and Germany, kei te noho ako ki Tauranga Moana, I nai nei. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Greetings to you all. So my name is Juliana Carvalho. My pronouns are she and her. I am from Brazil, hence the accent. On my mother's side, I have ancestry from Portugal and Italy. On my father's side, I have ancestry from Italy and Germany, so it's a lot of Italian blood here. I'm currently living in Tauranga Moana. Just a little personal storytelling. So at the age of 19, around 23 years ago, I had a sudden illness and I became paraplegic. And from the day one that I sat in a chair, all the rights that I took for granted, they vanished. So it was kind of, I had to become a disability rights activist and a change maker. And last year, at a hui for community leaders in Otautahi, Christchurch, I met some incredible individuals, and our shared passion for systems change really ignites a powerful desire to create community. And over the past few months, we have been diligently working behind the scenes to bring this vision to life. So thank you, you all. Yeah. And I will pass now to China.
Kia ora, ko Mexico tuku whenua, ko moana nui aki wā tuku moana, ko China tuku ingoa. My name's China Gonzalez, and I come from Mexico. The Pacific Ocean is the water that saw me grow. I've been in Aotearoa, New Zealand for over 10 years, and I call Tamaki Makaurau my home. And I work with Belong Aotearoa, where we use systems change to improve the pathways to belonging for migrant and former refugees. I first started working with that mahi specifically with the arts, with comedy and other performing arts when I first got here, and felt quite a bit of isolation myself. But as a stand-up comedian and a Latin American person, pronouns he, she, they, by the way, I forgot that one, I understood that there was a beautiful intersection where the arts could be used to change the system so that a bunch of us could find our belonging here. And I'm very, very excited and honored to be a part of this project. I will pass on to Erika.
Kia ora i te whānau, tā tia hao, tai ka hao, ko ai o, ko Baiyunshan te monga, ko Zhujiang te awa, ko Han te iwi, ko Liang te hapu, ko Erica Austin toko ingoa. My name is Erica Austin, pronouns she, her. I'm based in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. I am a multi-potentialite, versatile community strategist, facilitator, designer, photographer, experience curator. I'm a coach and also a leadership consultant. I have multifaceted skills that I bring to this space. And of course, I'm a proud Hapori champion here today. As a Chinese woman with ADHD living in Aotearoa, New Zealand, I bring a lens of intersectionality into my work, recognizing that every voice adds value in shaping more equitable systems. I'm passionate about systems change because I believe in the power of meaningful connections to transform communities. And with my architectural background, my superpower is curating experiences that foster belonging and inspire hope. And because real change happens when people feel seen, heard, and empowered. And my mahi really centers on connecting people with themselves, with others, and connecting people with their place. And I see a few of my friends here, Chris, Kai, Jade, Thomas, Lydia, Ronya, thanks for joining today. I see you. And Ja, back to you. Kia ora.
Ko tēnā koe, I will pass the rako over to Emma.
Oh, sorry, Emma.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko ingarangi, ko airangi, te whakapaparanga mai, ko te whanganui o tara, te whenua tupu, ko te awa kairangi, te kāinga, he kai whakahaere mātua o YEA, ko Emma Godwin toko ingoa. So I have Irish and English heritage, and I'm from the Wellington region. I live in the hut. And what else did I say? Oh, I'm the director of YEA, which stands for Youth Employability Aotearoa. My pronouns are she and her. So I work in the youth employability space, obviously. So systems change for us is about making employment opportunities accessible for our rangatahi to make sure that they transition smoothly from school into employment or other educational pathways. I was at the event that Tanya touched on earlier down in Ōtautahi last year that was hosted by J.R. McKenzie and the Todd Foundation. And there was a lot of conversation around how do we learn about this thing called systems change, which is so new in Aotearoa, possibly new across the globe as well. And we're really wondering that what does best practice look like, and how can we learn from one another, and how can we learn from Tanya's favorite words, flailings, the fail learnings that we encounter along the way. So that was the impetus for me to join this little group that Tanya pulled together. It's the amazing wahine that she is, and so excited to see so many people are interested in this kaupapa. So can't wait to see how it grows and develops, and I'll be talking to you more soon, but I will now hand back to Ja. Kia ora.
Tēnā koe, Emma. Now for the next stage, I'm going to get used to go into the button react. And I want you to give some reactions because what we're about to do is we're about to head over to the circle site to learn a little bit more. So let's see those reactions. See those love hearts, where they at? Woo, some claps. How are we feeling, fam? Excited? Okay, awesome. Well, welcome to our online circle platform of Hapori. Woohoo! So where we're going to start is I'm going to talk a little bit about the name. So our name Hapori is a te reo Māori word, which means community, but it also means collective and it also means society. Now, when I break down the word ha relates to breath or modi. It's a life force. And ha is also shared with other people as well. When we look at the word pori, what that means is it kind of means common people or the masses. So now when we think about what hapori means and what it embodies, it's a shared breath, it's a shared vitality, life force amongst people. So now hopefully that's a new seed planted with all of you that you know and embody the meaning of what hapori is so naturally. And so I encourage you, so when you go into your daily lives, to share that word with others. Hapori, community. Kia ora. Now I'm going to hand over to China to speak a little bit about the Hapori manifesto and guidelines.
Kia ora, thanks for that, Ja. So when you do join a circle, if you haven't already, the very first section that you will find is the How do I start here? And in there you will find the manifesto in which the six of us work pretty hard to outline exactly what, as Ja would say, our vibes are, what we expect from people, how we expect people to be able to find the community and the learnings that we want Hapori to stand for. As well as that, we will speak to the values, of course, that we proudly honor the principles of the Tiriti of Waitangi. I'm not going to read it myself because you can read it yourselves later, but if you keep scrolling down, Dush, you will also find our community guidelines, which are more specifically and more in lengthened ways in which we expect the community to behave within Hapori, but also the type of support that you can expect from us, the moderators, and the type of engagement that we hope that Hapori brings for everyone. And as well as that, there's a few other resources in this particular section, such as an intro video where you will find the six moderators talking a little bit to what Hapori is about, as well as a super helpful video as to how to set your own account, how to set yourself up in Circle. And lastly, but definitely not least important, there's a Building Accessible community post that will help you figure out how to make your post accessible for more people whenever you do participate in any of the other spaces in Hapori. Now with that, I will pass on. Apologies, just making sure I've got the right person. Oopsie. Dush, could you please help me out? I'm not sure who's next now.
That's okay. I can take over from here, Tina. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jack.
Awesome. So something that's been really important for us in Hapori is honouring te reo Māori. I think as I've been on my journey and I've also been alongside other people, especially with our Treaty Principles Bill that just happened and the big movement of honouring Te Tiriti o Waitangi, what's important to me is that we also honour whakamana te reo Māori. And so in Hapori, you will see languages in te reo Māori and English as well. So in the first section where China took us to the haere mai, the next section under that is called whanaungatanga. Now in here I have a resource to help people who are new to learning te reo Māori, who are new to being and learning about what being a tangata tiriti means. You can check out the kōrero resource to help you when you introduce yourself. So if we scroll down a little bit more, Tanya did a great job of sharing her pepeha and giving a great example. And so we want you to all feel comfortable when you're coming into the space. We want to know the lands that you come from and what you're really passionate about. So please in this space, feel free to do that. In the next section, we have Ngā Member o Te Rōpū, which is pretty much everyone that signs up on Circle. You'll see examples of people here. And when you click on someone, you're able to see their bio, have access to their socials, and other things. Under that, we've got whakaaro or feedback. Now here we have a link to our Monday forms, which I think Tans will speak about a little bit later. But essentially, when you're navigating Hapori, you've got an opportunity to give us any feedback about the platform or anything. Kia ora. All right, now I am going to hand over to Erica to speak about Ako and Learn.
Kia ora, Ja. So, Ako Learn space is really for you to explore, deep dive, scan for resources that are connected to the kaupapa of systems change in Aotearoa. So for someone who loves and enjoys learning and collecting resources, I've had the pleasure of setting this up. And this space really acknowledges and intends to acknowledge various different learning styles. So you can see the resources are beautifully arranged for people who prefer to pānui read. There's ways to watch and listen in ngā karu me ngā taringa, and also access to all the different frameworks available in the world to be able to continue our journey in the systems change space in Po Tara Waho. And also you'll spot there's hot topics. So we will hopefully be able to create more resources around what is hot in the moment of discussions. And lastly, just wanting to reiterate that this is a co-design process. So all of this is for you to continue to contribute so we can learn and grow together. Kia ora. So I think I have, I've got Juliana. I'll pass to you for events.
Kia ora. Thank you so much. So I will talk about the event session. So in the event session, you will find links to register for our recurring Hapori events. So each month we will host a Mihi o Te Maram, so a monthly welcome online on the first Wednesday of the month. So this session is designed to welcome new members, give a chance to introduce themselves and learn how to maximize our online space. It will be an opportunity for whanongatanga, whakaaro, and patai, and it will take place within the Hapori event space. So we look forward to see you, all the new members that hopefully will be joining on the session on Wednesday, 4th of June from 1 to 2 p.m. Additionally, we also will hold the Hapori Hui every 2 months. So this is bi-monthly event that bring together us to korero and enhance our systems change practice. And during these bi-monthly meetings, you can hear stories of systems changing practice, share current best thinking on hot topics, explore ways to collaborate and amplify each other's mahi, and also navigate challenges, you know, what you're facing in that space. Because we are all systems change makers that might be actuating in different spaces, and we can come, you know, with different perspectives and help each other reach the tipping point of whatever the mahi that you're trying to do. And now I will pass to whoever's doing the AFI support.
Gina, you're up.
Back to you.
So right here is, as we know, as systems change leaders, because we all are, the work can get a bit overwhelming. And so in this section, you will find different ways of supporting yourselves and finding a community to support you. I am so sorry about that. So the first room within the support space is the rant room. And that is genuinely what it sounds like. It is a place to scream into the void and find people that can tautoko what you're saying, or at least say, hey, I felt that too. We also have the korero share anything here. So in this space, you can share, thank you very much, posts such as this one that, as you can see, can be useful information on how to find support from other humans, or things that have actually maybe helped you feel better about yourself, which is also, and more specifically, what the recharge section is about. That section is definitely to find things that make you feel good that might not be related to systems change, but that still refill that battery, or little exercises such as the autumn energy check-in that can help you find actual exercises to make yourself more leveled, to stabilize yourself when necessary, or that beautiful gratitude poem, a gratitude spell that was placed there. As Erica very well stated, this is a collective place for all of us to join in and chime in. So if there's anything that makes you feel better, please put it here, because we want to hear about it. And if there's anything more related to systems change, but that you want people to learn on how to support themselves, to support their teams or their leadership within, this is definitely the space for it. And now I will pass on to Emma for Mahitahi.
Kia ora. So I guess this is a space that, you know, this is going to be as good as the contributions that are made to it, right? So if you're looking for opportunities to collaborate with others, then this is where you can shout about it. So I've got an example in here. We're running the Good Youth Employer project at the moment, so there's opportunities for people to engage with that. We're going to be doing a survey shortly, so I'll be sharing that in here. So hopefully people who have connections for young people can share it with their network so that we can grow our knowledge base. But maybe you're feel like you have some availability to support in another way, like you might have an interest in becoming a board member, and you might want to post in here that you're available if someone's looking for a board member to support their kaupapa. So there's many ways in that you can use this space, but really it's about forging those genuine connections between the people in this space. The next one underneath, if we could jump down pretty please, thank you so much. So this one here, oh, okay, yeah. So this is like, again, a bit of a mix of stuff. And so it's kind of, I guess if you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure where this fits, then this is kind of a good place to plonk it, for that doesn't quite fit under one of the other categories. But there's something really cool that you want to share with people. Was it 100,000 cups of tea is a great one. Was that you, Jar? Posted that one there. And then, yeah, I just shared that we've got a bunch of resources on our website if anyone's interested in accessing that. Yeah, so that's pretty much me for this section. And now I'm going to, oh, look, it's me again. I get to ramble on a bit more. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of like contributing to this space. So obviously the moderators that you've just met, it's our primary role to make sure that we've got some really good content on here to spark your interest and inspire you and get you engaged in this space. But what we really want is to encourage you guys to share on here as well, because, you know, the six of us aren't going to make this happen on our own. It really is a space for all. And if you're not sure about something that you have in mind that you'd like to share, you're welcome to reach out to one of us to say, hey, I've got this thing, is this appropriate for Hapori? You know, where should it go? And we're really happy to give guidance on that. But also don't worry if you plonk it somewhere and then realize later it was in the wrong spot or something, we can always move it as well. But, you know, this isn't like, doesn't have to be perfect either. Like, this is just a really cool way that we can engage. And also you might be sitting here thinking, you know, I'm really passionate about systems change in the Māori space, and I want to connect primarily with people who are engaged in that mahi as well. Then you can reach out to us and we can create a space for you to connect in that way. So what's cool about this platform is that there's a lot of flexibility here. And when you go through and have a look at the introduction that was shown to you earlier, you'll see that there are different ways to use it, and we haven't utilised its full capacity at the moment. So obviously we want to try some things out as we go, see what does work, see what you guys want as well, because we've just made this up in terms of what we think is needed on here, but there's bound to be gaps in this space that we can fill. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you've got any questions or you want to create something that's not already here, because we want to grow. This is just a starting point. This is just the seed, and to make it bloom, make it blossom, we need your input as well. I think that's me, and I will now hand over back to Tanya, please.
Thank you so much, team, for sharing what we've created so far. I guess this is our best current thinking. We call it our BCT at Seed. It's where we are right now, and it really is an opportunity for whatever the membership wants to create, for it to look like that. So I think part of systemic change is collective action, and we really do invite you to lean into sharing in any way. We are super aware that this is, yes, another thing and another platform to be on. Personally, what I've found helpful is to just download the app, the Circle app on my phone, and manage my notifications accordingly. But I do get notified when new things pop up in the feed and people are sharing, and gratefully it's often been just at the time that I need some inspiration for me to really make my day. So yeah, that's a personal little ups for me to keep checking the platform and to be part of it. I think one of the reasons why we were passionate about creating this on Circle is because the privacy is better and it's safer for those that are potentially not that engaged in social media and don't like the doom scrolling and have got blurred lines between their private life and their mahi and switching off, etc. This is an opportunity to be able to come together with your kaupapa and your gifts and strengths and share it, and hopefully make the space a better place because of you and for all of us. As we said, you're the content creators. This is something about us all doing it together. And then the moderating team, our champions, will make sure your posts are in the right place if you're worried about anything. And also because our guidelines are very clear, we will be pretty firm on any content that we collectively deem as unsafe or inappropriate. We're going with trust first and assuming positive intent at all times. So we're hopeful that we won't have any problems, but at least we're there as a safe and holding container. I think that's pretty much it. Also yes, thanks, Douche, feedback form. There's a very brief feedback form. If there's something that you notice that's a bit off, or there's a suggestion for us, we'd love to hear. Yes, we love learning, getting things wrong and learning, failing and learning. We've tried to make it as simple for interaction as possible, but hopefully the feedback and the richness is what we need. So please check in on that as well. There's been a few questions and answers which we will get to. The other thing that I did want to mention as well is that Hapori is a space for us as people, and the other kaupapa of what Seeds for Change has been working on is the map of systems change makers, which is more organizationally focused. So we are building that map. We've run out of funding at the moment, so that's where it is at the moment, but hopefully we can continue to develop it and put resources in there, because once again it's only as good as the maintenance of it. So we are hopeful that we'll continue in that mahi for that. Yeah, and I think we're probably at the point now of what are the next steps and covering any questions. I just see in the chat there straight away. I'll hook into that. The way that we've designed Hapori is that you have to ask for and to be invited. The reason that we've wanted to do that has been quite intentional. We ask in the registration form what part of systems change making you are connected to, just so that we can try and be mindful of who enters the space for safety reasons. But it is a seamless process after that. A link will be sent to you, and you'll be able to, like an invitation link, and then log on straight away. And once you're in, you're in. So that will be sent within a few minutes of the ending of this launch. We just wanted to make sure that everyone was clear on the guidelines and how that looked for them. So if you registered for this Hui, for this launch, you will be automatically sent an invitation link to Hapori. Please make sure you read those guidelines before and make use of the resources to log yourself on, like committing to putting on your photo, having your profile photo ready when you're on, because we don't just want coloured circles. This is about people, this is about connection, and I think ultimately enhancing our kanohi ki te kanohi connection as well as digital. So how do we have those two? Also, I wanted to mention that if you wanted to be involved in a deeper level with this kaupapa, perhaps you're very keen on being a moderator as well, or learning more about how we went about this process, please reach out to us. I think this is it's been a learning experience for us all, and I think there's lots of rich knowledge that we've learnt through lived experience as to, you know, how to go about co-designing something like this. Are there any other questions that I haven't covered? I saw there was some in the chat as well as the Q&A. Yes. Are we able to pass this on to other people we know who may be wanting to sign up? Absolutely, because we're going through we'll send you an invitation. The question is, what part of systems change kaupapa are you engaged in? We hopefully will be able to see the kinds of people that are coming on board. We want to keep it as rich and diverse as possible, whilst at the same time not broadening it too wide, and then we've got just another Facebook or Instagram. So being mindful of that as well. We don't want to exclude, we want to include, and yet we want this, the purpose for this is for change makers and collective systems change makers to come together and enhance their mahi in some way. So building on a community of practice rather than just a social media account. And the second question from Nicola was, is the online platform freely available, or do you need to be granted access? It's free, and there are no costs. At the moment, we have our amazing funders, the J.L. Mackenzie Trust, that are funding the subscription of this. We've yet to explore what that looks like coming into the future, but that's where we are currently. Awesome. Thank you for everyone's responses. Ja, shall I hand it over to you?
Cool, tēnā koe, Tans. I guess just in ending, I really want to do a big mihi to you, Tanya. I know how hard you've worked to bring this together, so thank you for leading this kaupapa and initiating a group of Hapori champions. It's been awesome to be a part of it. And I also want to mihi to all of you too, everyone that's currently signing up and joining. I'm getting notifications like mad, so it's really awesome to see. To our Hapori champions, tēnā koutou for all of your mahi and everything that you've been doing in that space. I really want to thank you too, Melody. Thank you for being here today and signing for us. So awesome to see. And to the tech guy, Duge, thank you for everything. Dude, if you just want to bring up the last slide. On this slide, you can use your wire, your phone, and you can actually scan with the QR code, which actually might be in Canva Duge, might be another slide. That's okay. After this, I'll be sending out an email anyway with all of the details that you can sign up and get into Hapori. So hopefully we'll see you there. And also wanted to say, if you ever have any pārtai, you can email us at kiora@seedsforchange.nz, and I'll also flick that to you in the email. But thank you all for joining today, and don't be afraid if you have any questions, please just reach out and ask. And just as we started, we're going to all end together as well and say the karakia. Please mute yourself and I will speak out loud. Kia ora, me enoi tātou. Karakia, please, Duge. Kua mutu a mātou mahi, kua huki ngā whakaaro ki te wā kāinga, kia tau te mauri, te wairua me te aroha, ki roto i a mātou, i a koutou huki. Haumie huie, tai ki e. Kia ora.
Kia ora, everyone. See ya. Thank you for your time, and hopefully you've got an extra 15 minutes for lunch.
Here is the QR code to use the phone.
Yeah, we'll have to send it out.
The Arama's still here.
Do we want to stop the
Oh, it's a
recording?
note taker. It's a note taker AI. And I just removed from the meeting. That's leaving now. So now it's just